Of goodness and kindness, Walt Whitman wrote, "I do not give lectures on a little charity. When I give myself." Well, that can be said for Earl Best, a reformed felon who simply refuses to give up on making Newark a better place, one neighborhood at a time.
I was born in Newark, New Jersey, December the 26th, 1947. It was a snowstorm in which my mother told me. I went through school, but I was a troubled kid because I was from a broken home. I didn't have no father. My mother was a strong woman, and what she did, she gave me discipline, but once I left the house, that was it. I started getting in trouble, started hanging out with the wrong people, and the next thing I know, that's when jail begun. 1983, June the 13th, I'll never forget that day. I got locked up. That was the beginning of my life.
That's because Earl Best doesn't forget where he came from.
Street doctor, why you feed? Because I was once homeless.
Homeless and without direction, Earl Best turned to crime and served 17 years in prison for robbing banks. But unlike many who make foxhole conversions,
I had did 10 years in solitary confinement. And this was like a hole because I was what you would call a squeaky wheel. And I loved to read. And one day they didn't give me no books. So just to keep my insanity, I had to count cereal. Just so happens it was a small box of Rice Krispies. And I'll never forget that that count was 1,759 Rice Krispies in the box. At that time, a light bulb came up in my mind. That's when I changed. And I said, you know what? Let me try to educate myself. So what I started doing, I started reading. I'm a very strong person on reading. And I started reading. I read a book a day for 10 years. I studied law, psychology, I studied everything. And then I became what you would call a jailhouse lawyer. After I prayed to God to get me out, I wanted to make a difference in kids' lives because I didn't have nobody that made a difference in mine. And I just started working and helping the kids. I started going into school, telling them to stay out of trouble. All the things that I got in trouble, I just became a mentor to them. And I've been doing that for 3 years. Oh, that's what it's about working. Staying off the streets. I'm proud of you.
Helping people get on their feet and off the streets.
I don't think there's a lot of people out there that gives out as much as he do. So street doctor's a good man.
Out here, he's called the street doctor because those who've met him say he heals souls and mends broken lives.
Me and the street warriors, some other brothers, we go in the youth house every Saturday. These is where kids get in trouble. We go to Jamesburg. We hit all the spots that people was afraid to go. And we go in and we try to make a difference in their lives. We try to set up little different teaching processes for them. We try to set up little workshops. We try to set up, I call it hands-on. We go to them, we let them know, wrong from right. And they listen at us because we've been there and done that.
He's changing a lot of people's lives because if he didn't, I don't know where a lot of people would be.
This man mixes tough talk with tender loving care.
I love y'all. I'll be back.
To reach wayward teens and the homeless.
I remember when you was wilding. Look at you now, man.
The advice you gave me, that'll help me with my son.
Whether he's handing out advice.
Before I met the street doctor, I really didn't want to think about my future.
Or handing out food.
You ain't eat this morning? I got you.
The street doctor is making a difference.
I'm trying to start a program when the kids do come home from jail, we can be waiting on them, is to help them because most of the people that come home from jail in this city, they just go right back to the same thing because they don't have enough programs and different little things for them. And I've been trying very hard is to try to get a building, is to try to get some kind of help, you understand, is to help these kids that is lost.
Earl Best doesn't get money for his efforts, but the payback is priceless.
When a kid come up to me and tell me thank you or my life done changed, that's the reward.
Donations of food and funds run thin at times, but he doesn't give up. To do so, the street doctor says, would be to give up on the rare second chance he was given.
I work for God. This is a God mission. This ain't no 9 to 5. I don't get up in the morning, punch a clock and get money. We just do it.
I woke up this morning because I had got a lot of phone calls. And I don't know whether in 10 minutes or so that my phone won't be off because we don't have the funds to keep our cell phones on. And this is our communication with these kids. Yes, I lost a couple of kids because when they got out, the resources we don't have, but we still try to hang in there. And it hurts me because, you know, we have so many people say they for the kids and what have you, but, you know, it don't seem that way. But that's what really hurts me about this mission, is that I just don't have the resources, I don't have the place where these kids can come out, because they do come to me. I mean, my phone stay. They call me all times because I tell them, listen, let me be the last person you call before you do anything. And I cry every day because I know that these kids just need help, and I need help is to help them.
I used to cut class, start trouble, everything. All of a sudden when he came along, it was like I was getting better. I was going to class, doing more work, getting better grades.
He spent that extra little time that nobody else would.
Everywhere I go, with the exception of maybe a few, all I hear is just hang in there, you're doing a good job, we love you, but no action. I just get a lot of talk. But Oprah, I'm hoping that you feel this coming from my heart. I need you bad, is to fulfill my dream and my vision is being the street doctor. But not only the street doctor in Newark, a street doctor in Chicago, a street doctor in Texas, a street doctor all over the world. I believe that God put me here is to set an example for other people is that follow my act. But the only way that they can follow my act strong, I need help. And believe me, Oprah, I believe that you're the one that can help me. Again, I plead to you is to help me, Oprah. I got a little saying I wake up with every morning. It says that the past is history, the future is a mystery, but this day is a gift. And that's why this moment is called the present. They call me the street doctor for one reason, because I'm on the street trying to save these kids' lives.